There is a YouTube user by the name of Rush.2 who seems to be somehow fixated on pedophiles, especially within the priesthood of the Catholic Church. And he presents his videos pertaining to pedophiles within the Catholic Church as though every Catholic priest is doing that, which is, to anyone who's got any brain at all, knows how absurd that is. But by his standard, I can say the same thing about every pastor, such as Batchelor and Vet and others within inside the Seventh-day Adventist organization, that they must be child molesters and pedophiles as well, according to his standard. And let me tell you why. There's an organization called CEASE, and it stands for Clergy and Educator Abuse Survival Empowered. Here's their mission statement. CEASE has been created by victims of sexual, physical, and spiritual abuse committed by employees and volunteers of the worldwide Seventh-day Adventist Church. Let me read you a statement by her too. This person who started CEASE: I started CEASE as a tool of my own healing. I am a survivor of sexual abuse which was perpetuated by a Seventh-day Adventist academic teacher and school pastor. This charismatic minister used the Bible to manipulate and control me sexually for more than 10 years. That is a statement by the person who started this organization called CEASE, to help people get healed who have been sexually abused within the Seventh-day Adventist organization. To say this is simply not so goes against what the Seventh-day Adventist organization itself says. Here's a statement made by an official statement made by the Seventh-day Adventist organization itself, and I quote: "The Adventist Christian community is not immune from child sexual abuse." End quote. That is an official statement from the Adventist conference. So according to Rush Dye-2's videos pertaining to pedophiles, how he wants to clump all Catholic pastors into one group and say they all are, then I can do the same according to his standard and say, well, we see now that all the pastors and the leaders of the Seventh-day Adventists are also pedophiles, child abusers, and rapists. That's according to his standard. In a place called Allendale Now, or a newspaper called Allendale Now, in July the 22nd of 2007, a church official pled guilty to sexual abuse of a 7-year-old girl, August 31st, 2008. An Adventist Academy was charged with sexual abuse. So apparently this is running wild within the Seventh-day Adventist organization as well, isn't it? Sexual abuse, child molestation, pedophiles, and so forth. So am I right to say now, but by his standards, that everyone inside the Seventh-day Adventist organization, the pastors and the conference leaders, they're all pedophiles and child sexual abusers and rapists? Well, it would be just absurd for me to say that. It is for him to try to infer that all pastors within the Catholic Church are pedophiles as well, because it's simply not true. I'm sure there are a lot of good men and women within the Seventh-day Adventist Church who would have nothing to do with such a thing, just as there are many inside the Catholic Church who have nothing to do with such a thing. And to say that and to imply this, does this mean there's not pedophiles within the rank of doctors, police officers, or lawyers, or any other walk of life? Is like they only exist within the Catholic Church? It's so absurd, isn't it? But yet he wants to fixate on the Catholic Church as though they're the only people who have done this. The point is this: it happens in all walks of society. That is the problem with it. It happens in all walks of society and should not be tolerated by any organization. It ruins a child. It comes to the point where it destroys a child, and not only them, but their family as well, who have to live through sexual abuse that has been brought upon a child. It is absurd. I have 2 daughters myself, and there's no telling what I would do to anyone who dared touch them. Even now, at an elderly age, when they're both grown and married, if anyone bothered them, I'd hate to think of what I might do to a person who tried to harm my daughters. But the whole fact is it happens in all walks of society, not just within the religious circles. And to try to make some claim that all Catholic priests must be like this because a few do it is so stupid that it doesn't even, it really just shouldn't even require a response. But this Rushdie too is so obsessed with pedophiles. Maybe he was abused himself. I don't know whether he was or not. He needs to realize that he's in the middle of the abuse then, because this organization, the Seventh-day Adventist organization, from their own admittance, from their own organization, from the conference, says the Adventist Christian community is not immune from child sexual abuse. And the entire organization started to help the healing from those inside the Seventh-day Adventist churches who had been sexually abused. So again, the point is that it happens in all walks of life. To try to slander the Catholic Church in some way and not shed light on your own organization is so dishonest. Of course, coming from a dishonest person, I didn't expect any less. But here's the whole point too. A person who lives in a glass house should not throw rocks, because they'll find themselves walking on glass. Until next time, this is Ben Golly saying, God bless.